So it's definitely like a high energy track, right? Like I don't know if this is maybe what Rage Against the Machine, because even the name like kind of plays into this song, what we're hearing.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
Welcome back.
Glad to have you with us for another video. We've been on that video train doing a lot of reactions for you guys, and we've really enjoyed it. So thank you so much for coming out, supporting the community, and growing the channel in ways that we never thought were possible. But it's been a great ride thus far. And that said, we're just getting started, and we're doing a group that we've done one time before.
Yes.
And this will be our second track from Rage Against the Machine. Killing in the Name. I have never heard the song before. Our last video that we did, Bulls on Parade, was the first time we had heard Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah.
And it was also a little bit earlier in our reaction journey, so our setup has changed in terms of the audio and all that kind of stuff. So looking forward to this, because maybe we'll get to appreciate Rage Against the Machine a little bit differently than we did last time.
Yeah.
And we have only been exposed to them one time, so cool to get a little more exposure to their catalog, because I've heard a lot about Rage Against the Machine in terms of their historical context. Growing up, people that we knew listened to them, right? But we just never got exposed to that ourselves. Yeah. So this will be cool. Get to see something a little bit different. Have no idea what to expect. Killing in the Name sounds like a little more aggressive of a of a song title. But let's see what they got. You ready?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, let's roll.
Forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Killing in the name of what they told you. Now you do 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 what they told you. And 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 now you do what they told you. Those who died are justified for wearing the badge, yeah, you're chosen white. You're justified. Those that died for wearing the badge, yeah, you're chosen white. Those who died are justified for wearing the badge, yeah, you're chosen white. You're justified. Those who died for wearing the badge, yeah, you're chosen white. Some of those that work forces.
So it's definitely like a high energy track, right? Like I don't know if this is maybe what Rage Against the Machine, because even the name kind of plays into this song, what we're hearing, right? But high energy, the guitar riff obviously as well, hard kick, hard snare, all coming through with that hip hop rock mix, and like I said, it's got a lot of I feel like this would be like a workout track, throw that on to, get or hammer out some hard workouts. It's got, like I said, some of the lyrics in there, it just seems like, I guess the authority kind of aspect.
Yeah. Rage Against the Authority?
Huh?
I said Rage Against the Authority?
Yeah, basically. And, there's I don't know, the whites. I don't know if that's race. They're talking about like race, like white people.
Well, they're talking also too about like badges and stuff like that. So like to me, that means like the police.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. I think also it's representation of authority as a whole. Like a badge gives you authority, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing though about this song. I think that's kind of perplexing to me is that
there hasn't been a ton of context yet.
Yeah, well, I think more so what I was going to say is that there's not a lot of lyrics. Like they're repeating a lot of stuff over and over again because it's more of an energy song, I feel like, and it's just like pounding out this message of energy against authority, I feel like.
Yeah.
But it's hard to pinpoint specifically the message that they're portraying or who it's about because I don't feel like we've gotten a lot of those lyrics yet.
Yeah, well, maybe it'll come through towards the end.
Well, let's find out.
Saying that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. Killing in the name of. Killing in the name of. Now you do what they told you. And 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 now you do what they told you. You're under control. And now you do what they told you. You're under control. And now you do what they told you. You're under control. And now you do what they told you. Now you're under control. And now you do what they told you. Now you're under control. And now you do what they told you. You're under control. And now you do what they told you. You're under control. And now you do what they told you. Those who died are justified. But wearing the badge, they get chosen white. You're justified. Those that died, but wearing the badge, they get chosen white. Those who died are justified. But wearing the badge, they get chosen white. You're justified. Those that died, but wearing the badge, they get chosen white. Come on.
I'm gonna restart that. But the more I get into it now, like it feels like he's talking about the chosen whites, like are police officers, or authority figures. But those are still because he's saying that those are the same people that burn the crosses, and I feel like that's a representation of white supremacy in some ways.
KKK.
Yeah, basically. So that's what I feel like.
God, when they were saying burned crosses, that's what I envisioned in my mind.
Yeah, that's I wanted to kind of make sure we got that vibe before we got made any haste assumptions but that's what I feel like is the representation here, is that they're saying that there's people in power that also could be very corrupt and using and abusing their authority to oppress people basically, and that's that call against all of that, is that you don't have to fall into that trap of believing that you need to oppress other people, and being I don't think just colored, maybe obviously it's going to be representative for certain groups or certain areas more so than others, but it doesn't have to encompass just one group of people, right?
Yeah, and I think what they were saying here about you do what they told you and now you're under control. So same thing of everybody just kind of like going along with what they're supposed to do and like letting all this happen type thing.
Yeah.
Chosen white, you're justified. Those that died, but wearing a badge, and you're chosen white. Come on.
Yeah, so I think we pretty much broke it down, what it represents.
Yeah, I think that was accurate.
Well, I would say there's probably not a ton of layers to it because there's not a lot of different, lyrics in it, right?
Yeah.
But I think it was just focusing more on a high energy song, like I said, and they nailed that if that's what they were going for, right?
Yeah.
But I'm curious to know like what the rest of their catalog looks like then. Like if it's Rage Against the Machine is the name of the group, right? And Bulls on Parade was a little bit similar to this in terms of the against the authority aspect. Mm-hmm. This is clearly that representation. So I don't know if this is all their music because Rage Against the Machine, that's what I would envision, right?
Yeah.
So they're clearly staying true to their identity, and that's probably why these songs are so popular. That's who they are. But I'd be curious to know like what their other catalog looks like. But anyways, you guys can let us know. I hope you enjoyed our reaction nonetheless. You can let us know, like I said, about that stuff in the comments. We always appreciate learning about different groups and different artists.
Yes.
You have any thoughts that you want to add?
No, I think we pretty much have everything on the nail on the head there. Like, I think that the instrumentation was really cool. I like the message in it. It's not an overcomplicated song. It's kind of like easy to follow along, but it has a strong message, which I like.
Yeah.
And like you said, they're really true to who they are, and that's kind of like refreshing to see in the music industry, especially these days. So.
Yeah. All right, guys, that's it from us today. Hope you enjoyed it. Come back soon and check out our other videos.
Thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next one.
Take care.